Well, hello. Today we're learning about rests. If you open up Unit 2 called Rhythm, it starts on page 20, and we're going to learn about how every note has a corresponding rest. Let's zoom in and take a look. Here we go. It says, music is more than just one note or musical sound after another. Sometimes there is silence in the music. The musical symbol for silence is called a rest. For every type of note, whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note, and so on, there is a rest. So here's the whole note, and next to it is the whole rest. They both equal 4 beats. The note is 4 beats of sound. The rest is 4 beats of silence. Here's the half note and the half rest. Here is the quarter note next to the quarter rest, and next to that, eighth note followed by eighth rest. You can see that just like we did some math with our music notes, there's music math with the rests as well. One whole rest is equal to 2 half rests. One whole rest is also equal to 4 quarter rests. One whole rest is also equal to 8 eighth rests. If you think about beats in common time, the whole rest gets 4, the half rest gets 2, the quarter rest gets 1, and an eighth rest gets 1 half. 1 half rest is equal to 2 quarter rests. 1 half rest is also equal to 4 eighth rests. In common time, thinking counts, the half rest gets 2, so 2 is split in half, which makes the quarter rest equal 1. Split that in half, the eighth rest equals 1 half. A quarter rest is equal to 2 eighth rests. Here's another way of looking at the lengths. The whole rest takes the entire measure. A half rest takes half the measure. A quarter rest takes a quarter of the measure, and an eighth rest takes 1/8 of the measure. Now in this example, I want you to circle with your brain all the whole rests on this staff. So I'll give you a moment to look for the whole rests. How many did you find? Did you find 3? Because the answer is 3. We have one right here, whole rest. We have one right here. And we have one right here. Good. Let's take a look at the next line. It says circle all the half rests on this staff. So I'm going to give you a minute to just look for the half rests. How many did you find? Let's zoom in and look. We have a half rest here. That's 1. We have a half rest here. That's 2. And that is it. We only have 2 half rests. On the next line, they want you to identify all the quarter rests. So as you scan through, how many do you see? 3 is correct. 1 right here, 1 right here, and 1 right here. Finally, circle all the eighth rests with your mind. How many do you see? The answer is 3. We have 1 right here, 1 right here, and 1 right here. A little bit more music math as we scroll down. All right, I want you to think, is the answer true or false? Does a whole rest equal 2 half rests? Their example is true. That is true. So number 2, does 1/8 rest equal 2 quarter rests? The answer is false. Number 3, does 1 half rest equal 2 quarter rests? The answer is true. Number 4, does 1 quarter rest equal 4 eighth rests? The answer is false. It does not equal it. 1 quarter rest is equal to only 2 eighth rests. Number 5, does 1 half rest equal 4 eighth rests? The answer is true. This one is 2 beats, and each one of these is half beats. So half plus half, there's 1. Half plus half, there's 2. And number 6, is this true? Does the whole rest equal 4 quarter rests? The answer is true. 4 equals 4. And as we scan through, you can just take another look. Here's your whole rest. It is equal to 1 whole note. The half rest is also equal to 1 half note. Notice how the whole rest hangs from the 4th line. I'm circling it right here, counting up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 4th line. The whole rest hangs from the 4th line. Say that out loud with me. The whole rest hangs from the 4th line. The half rest always sits on the 3rd line. Let's take a look at that. So if we count from the bottom to the top, 1, 2, 3, that's the 3rd line. The half rest sits on the 3rd line. Say that out loud with me. The half rest always sits on the 3rd line. Now, down here, you would have an opportunity to trace and draw, which we don't have that virtually, but I want you to just think to yourself, the whole rest hangs from the 4th line. The half rest sits on the 3rd line. That's in your quiz, so make sure you're thinking about that. The whole rest hangs from the 4th line. The half rest sits on the 3rd line. Now you have a chance to circle the rest that you see, but they're mixed in with notes. And so this will give you a moment to just kind of look through. Can you find the whole rest on this staff? It should hang from the 4th line. We have 1, 2. Circling the half rest, it should sit on the 3rd line. We have 1, 2. Only one of these rests below is a correct whole rest. Now remember, it's hanging from the 4th line. So circle it. Is it this one, this one, this one, or this one? The answer is this one, the second one, where the whole rest hangs off the 4th line. Now, only one of these below is an actual correct half rest. It needs to sit on the 3rd line. Let's look. Is it the first one, the second one, the 3rd one, or the 4th one? The answer is the 4th one, right here, sitting on line 3. Next, you're going to tell me, is this a whole rest or a half rest or neither? What is the correct answer? In example 1, is it a whole rest, a half rest, or neither? The answer is neither. The next, hanging off the 4th line, is it a whole rest, half rest, or neither? The answer is whole rest. The second one, it's sitting on the 2nd line. Is it a whole rest, half rest, or neither? The answer is neither. The next one, it's sitting on the 3rd line. Is it a whole rest, a half rest, or neither? It's a half rest. Good. And finally, it's sitting on the 4th line. Is it a whole rest, a half rest, or neither? The answer is neither. Very good. We're almost done. Let's study the quarter rest. It is equal to the quarter note. Here's the 8th rest. It is equal to the 8th note. Now, they have a way for you to practice drawing this. So this is important to learn to draw. If you look, step 1, they give like a slight curve, and then it zigzags to the right, and then curves the opposite direction. Some people say, think of like the letter Z and then the letter C. If you look close in this one, you can kind of see there's like a Z or a lightning bolt followed by a C. That's how you correctly draw the quarter rest. The 8th rest is a slight loop underneath and then a straight line down. And an 8th rest sits like this on the staff. You'll notice it's got a large dot on the tip. There's the curve and then a straight line down. That's a correct 8th rest. Now, as we scroll down, we're going to identify, can you find any quarter rests on this top line of the treble clef? I'm going to give you a moment, see if you can find any treble clefs. Oh, you're looking for quarter rests. Look for the quarter rest. Okay, ready? Begin. The answer is here and here. There are two. And the next line, circle the eighth rests. Look through this bass clef line, find an eighth rest or two or three. The answer is there is one here and one here. You have two eighth rests. Below it says what kind of rests are shown. So in the first example, hanging off the fourth line is a whole rest. This one is quarter rest. This one is eighth rest. This one is half rest, and this one is quarter rest. And finally, give me some true or false on this below. Is this whole rest equal to this whole note? The answer is true. Is an eighth note equal in value to a quarter rest?
Sorry, I can't help you with notes on Apple Watch.
No, it is false. Next, number 3. Is a quarter rest equal to 2 eighth rests? The answer is true. And is a half note equal to 2 half rests? False. And that's all we have for today. And get that quiz done, quiz 1.3. You got this, everybody.